What's up, guys? Coach Mackie here, ONETRIBE Podcast. Guys, big apologies to the start of this podcast. The intro didn't work out. I'm just editing now, but I'm introing it from home. Today's special guest is a guy that I've been wanting to get on the podcast for a couple of weeks now. Obviously, our schedules didn't really meet up because we're both busy. But this is our special guest, Rolly Lambert Fogoum. Enjoy this story, man. This is one of the most inspirational dudes I've met. And honestly, if you listen to it all the way through this podcast, one of the best podcasts I think that we've done so far with the ONETRIBE Podcast. So listen to the story, inspirational as hell, and enjoy. And thanks again to Big Rolly for coming on and sharing your story, man. And I hope you get something out of it. Peace.
Yes. So anyway, no one knows too much about this fella. So that's what we want to explore today, and that's why we've got you as a guest, bro. So welcome. So how do you feel after the big win?
Yeah, bro, I feel very good.
Yeah.
Thank you very much for inviting me on a postcard.
No worries.
We've been trying to get this done, but it's kind of like going up and
You're
down.
always busy,
Finally,
bro.
we did it.
Always busy.
How do I feel? First thing, well, I feel like a champ.
Yeah,
good.
good.
I feel like a champ. Being a African cruiserweight, WBO is one of the major belts in the world.
Yeah.
And this pushed me in the top 15s in the world. I'm very happy.
Yeah.
It's a dream coming true, considering where I came from. I came a long way.
Yeah.
This is my dream, man. I'm just happy. I'm honored. And, you just feel special to have this stuff. It's historic. It's considering where I came from, man.
So yes,
It's
let's
a
start
big
there.
achievement.
Where did you
Wow.
grow up? Where did you grow up?
To be honest, I was born in the town. And then parents went in the village.
Yeah.
I grew up in a village.
Yeah.
At some point, being a little boy, my father, he left.
Yeah.
And my mother, circumstances of life has to split me from my mother. Very painful. So I had to try doing things by my own. So
Yeah.
I grew up quite early. And eventually, I go to university. In between, I'm fighting in the street, the hustling life, trying to be tough. You have to survive.
Absolutely.
Guys want to walk over you, but you need to stand your ground. There is no dad to defend your right. No one is there. The brothers and sisters are scattered all over the country. You're just there. You are your own mother, your own father. I went to my uncle. My uncle also passed away. It was like a curse, but
Yeah.
I don't call it a curse, but it's a blessing, because it made me really tough.
Yeah.
Made me very tough. That's what I think. Nothing scares me anymore. I've lost a lot. And right now I'm like, bring it on. I just feel like every day is like my last day. It made me tough.
Yeah.
And
how old were you when all of this happened? How old were you when
I
you
was
had
under
to...
10. I was
Okay,
getting
wow.
in my
Wow.
11th.
Yeah.
When my father passed away.
Yeah.
From then, things changed. When father is not around, things obviously change. And I don't want to go deep inside. It's very painful. My mother, we had to part way.
Okay.
Yeah. And that was it. Just being a lonely guy. And I tried to get my brother with me, younger brother. It wasn't that easy. He was a coward. He didn't have the gut that I had.
Yeah.
So he had to go with my brother, my half brother, because my father had more than one wife.
Yeah.
He had to get there. My brothers had kind of compromised.
Yeah.
But me, I'm a guy, I like to keep it real. If I say no, I say no.
Yeah.
I don't like to compromise value,
Right.
moral value.
Yeah.
I love this stuff. My grandmother taught me the fear of God, and I fear God. I think if I have this, I thank God and I give glory to God.
Yeah.
So my brother would do some stuff. I say, no, I'm not working like that. He chose his side. That's when we left. Till today, I'm on my side, and that's just what it is.
Have you seen your brother since you were younger, or do you know?
So after that, I went to university.
Yeah.
I graduated in the faculty of business law. Here and then, I would kind of bump into my mom and my brother,
Okay.
here and there, on occasion, once in a while. But
Yeah.
not really like you can hug,
No. Yeah.
feel the mother.
There was that
nothing,
disconnection
like
there.
just- I'm okay. And then eventually, that was just like that. Distance, slowly. And I happened to be like, oh, I want to box. I have dreams. In this country, I cannot make it, right?
Yeah.
You can go to school, you have all this knowledge, but the government doesn't give you the opportunity to express it. And even when you have the job they give you is like crumbs. You cannot really make your dream come true. So I'm like,
and this is all, so obviously in Africa, in Cameroon, right? So for the viewers, Rolly grew up in Africa, in Cameroon, and like I know some of the boys that train at our facility here, hard upbringing. Just speaking to the boys as I've known them, it's a different life to what a lot of us have lived, and a privileged life that we've lived in terms of countries like Australia, Dubai, etc. So these boys have, as you've heard, from the ripe old age of 10, standing on your own feet, and basically the world against you. You've got your back against the wall very early. So yeah, sorry, bro, keep going. So yeah, all in Cameroon.
Yeah, eventually I graduated, but still, like I said, it doesn't really help you.
Yeah,
like you have this. Okay, you've been to school. I remember one day I was still a kid. I told my mother, I don't want to go to school anymore.
Yeah.
Why? I say, I want to be a businessman, because home I see business guys, they have nice cars, they're doing good.
Yeah.
Other guys with diploma, they kind of jobless, So I was like watching earlier. I told my mom, say, if you don't give me at least a bachelor degree, you're not my son. So basically I went to school for two things: for the injustice which I experienced in life, and to please my mother. I've been a sport guy a long time. I always love sport, but my mother sees me like a guy in suit, sitting behind an AC computer, but this is boring to me.
Right.
So this is, eventually I went to university and all of this. I studied law because of the injustice. I wanted to express myself one day and defend the code, because I saw so much when I was growing up alone. So that I picked law, but law was not my thing.
Right.
It's about my heart.
Yeah.
I wanted to do something for the society.
Yeah.
I graduated, but then I left. I was going to Europe. I had this opportunity to go and study and get paid in Poland, but I got hooked up. They stole my passport and my money. I lost everything. And when you have this experience, you lost. It's like everything is crumbling on your head. You lose your
trust
family.
In everything, yeah.
You hustle, you get your money, your passport, they steal it. It's like, God, what's going on with
And how old were you when this happened?
I got this guy. It was in 2012.
Okay.
When this happened to me, I was still in university.
Yeah.
So I stopped studying. I said, you know what? Get out of my way. Now I must go by hook or by crook. Dubai was the easiest opportunity. Still, I was going to study in Europe and get my own money paid to clear my debt and all of this. But I came to Dubai. I met a lot of guys. Dubai is like a melting pot. You meet a lot of people. And eventually, I felt it was good here. And I could clear my debt home, pay what I had to pay.
How did you end up here? After all of that, you were about to go to Poland and study. Things obviously, went against you. How did you end up in Dubai?
Yeah, Dubai was, I had a friend of mine. My sister had a friend of his who liked me. Yeah. For no reason. This guy just said, this is a good guy. He's courageous. I like him. And this guy had some connection. So my sister explained to him that he's here by body, but his spirit is no more here. He has dream. He said he wants to do boxing. I don't know what's wrong with him. This is crazy guy. Can you help him? And this guy said, oh yeah, I will talk to my connection. Eventually, they helped me, and I came. Dubai was the easiest, to get the visa to go to this Schengen area, Australia, stuff home. It's quite difficult because they believe we go in there to run away.
Yeah.
Well, I went to France, but to be honest, I never liked France.
Yeah.
I'm just being honest, man. I feel bad that they refused us visa.
Yeah.
You get me? I went to France. I was the one kind of tipping some guys there. I was like, this is a French guy. I'm tipping you?
Yeah.
Man, it's a mess over there.
Yeah.
I wouldn't want to go there. So I feel bad. I'm like, they're insulting us when they refuse us visa, man. I went there, I came back. So thanks to this friend of my sister, that's why I came to Dubai. And the visa of Dubai is pretty easy to get.
Yeah.
You get a tourist visa, you come here. If you find a job, they give you employment.
Give you a visa,
But if you're not lucky, you go back
home. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so what year did you arrive in Dubai?
2014.
Okay, 2014. So 2014, you're down on your luck. You're pretty much not trusting anybody, I could imagine by now. going from the age of 10 to, close to 19, and you're not, life hasn't been pretty fair to you at this point. You come to Dubai and you gain employment. Are you working straight off the bat, or did you look for a job, or what was the play here?
I came here. I met this guy from home. I was not alone. We were like a group. So he said, "Hey, you give me the money. I have my guys in Dubai. They're going to give you a job plus accommodation, and you just going from here home to Dubai just to work directly. They're just waiting for you. Everything is set."
Okay.
And I remember I reached here in the airport. I called the phone. "Who are you?" I said, "Hey," they told me this and that, ABC. They shut the phone off. I swallowed my saliva, bro. My mouth was dry. I was like, okay, now we are in. I tried to call again. The person said, "Listen, they are hooking you guys up home, and they're giving any number like this. Now listen, I have a bed space. Come along, and you will have to hustle by yourself."
Right.
That's when I had to pay for my bed space first thing. But I remember it was like a jail. It's a good experience, man.
Yeah.
I don't really think it was bad. It was good. No, so you go in the bed space, you see guys on the floor, and the other on the bed is hot, it's stinking, brother. And then you say, "Wow, they promised me that I was going to work." So you realize that, okay, now they have thrown you in the desert or in the sea. Now you have to swim by yourself. Yeah. So then the guys told me in the room, they said, "Yo, bro, you have to now fix a CV and start applying for jobs."
Yeah.
I remember the first day I was sleeping. I was tired from the flight. Everybody in the morning, they leave. They go apply for CV. And I was chilling, waiting for someone to come and give me my job and my accommodation. They said, "Bro, if you want to sleep, you will sleep for the rest of your life. You better go and type a CV and go apply." That's how it is. Every morning you work, bro.
Walk and give.
Apply. If they call you, lucky.
Yeah.
Now it's like you guys are in prison. Every morning they call you and say, "Hey, your sentence is done today." You celebrate and you leave. You pack your stuff. So this guy in the morning say, "Hey, bro, I got a job. My boss is coming to pick me up." You hug the guy. You say, "Bro, it's been good with you. Good luck." He goes away. It's just like this.
Wow.
No, it's not. I'm happy about this. This is like a memory. It's beautiful stuff, bro.
Where I can relate to a little bit of this is that obviously, where I'm from. I come from Australia. I came from, compared to you, bro, and it's not comparing lives, but a way more privileged life than you've lived, only because I grew up in Australia. And that's the only difference between me and you, is that I was born somewhere else. Yeah. And that's I've said this to you before. And, once I landed here, I had a few things go wrong for me in my life. And I ended up, long story short, and it's on my earlier podcast, when I first opened the One Tribe podcast, I ended up homeless for 6 weeks, sleeping on the beach in a tent. And I'll tell you why. It was because I didn't want to ring my mum and dad because I was embarrassed. So my pride got in the way. So I had enough money to either hire a car or a bed space. And I said, I need the car because I'm going to be driving around looking for a job. And I'll sleep in a tent. So I went and bought a cheap tent for 50 dirham from Carrefour. And every night I'd go up near the big flag, Jumeirah, and I'd wait till the police went at 10 o'clock, and I'd set up the tent, and I'd be up at 3 o'clock back in the car, just waiting till the sun came up. And that happened for 6 weeks, I remember, until I got my first 2 or 3 clients that I was training on the beach for 50 dirham. And they paid me in advance, 1,000 dirham, 1,000. And then I was able to go get the bed space as well.
Yeah.
So I can, it's not even close to your story at all, but I can relate where it was sink or swim. And I never picked up the phone once, because if any normal parent would say, "Get the fuck home. We're going to pay for your ticket and come home." And I didn't want to put my parents through that stress. Their son was in the middle of the Middle East, you know what I mean? And it'd be stressful. So, I think that part of my life made me who I am today, in terms of if I want something or need to do something, I do it, like you were just saying, you know what I mean? There's no thinking about it or what if. It's like you either do or you don't. So yeah, I sort of relate with that. Obviously that, that's way